We're just going to do a little headline comparison here, and we aren't going to read the story about these 6 hogs. Manitoba ministers, elected officials, right? The elites that are out there, the ones that keep pushing the mandates and the vaccine passports out there. They think that they're just so fucking high and mighty that they don't have to adhere to their own rules because there's rules for thee and not for me, okay? Manitoba ministers apologize. They're really sorry for lording their authority over you, okay? For not wearing masks indoors during a gala photo op. Yeah, they could just apologize, like the mayor of San Francisco from a couple of weeks ago at this point, where, I just wasn't wearing a mask inside because I didn't want to, and the night just took me away, and then drop a fucking draconian vaccine passport mandate in the city of San Francisco as if it's not a big enough of a shithole. Beautiful city, but fuck, man, what Democrats have done to this place. But we don't have Democrats in Canada. We just have elected officials. It's basically the same shit, and I didn't misspeak on that one. They're all the fucking same, okay? So you got this one. They apologized, and everything's fine, okay? Yeah, and the health minister says she will pay a fine if it is levied. She won't get fined. I will fucking bet my bottom dollar on it. Or even if she is fined, it'll just be like, oh, yeah, no, this is just for a press release. You don't actually have to pay it, though. But then, on the other side, okay, Manitoba pastor arrested for violation of health orders. He gets arrested for holding service outside. Okay, that's Canada for you, okay? Government is now your god. It's been something we've been talking about a lot. You're missing out a lot if you're not over on Rumble, but I'm back now for the time being. I don't know for how long. I don't plan on getting struck, but whenever Fauci likes to have his people in Hollywood manipulate his numbers on IMDb, somebody's got to talk about it. So the final province in Canada finally fell, and yeah, now Saskatchewan, okay, where there's like equal parts people as there are farm animals, okay, they're going to be having their own vaccine passport system, and Scott Moe bent the knee because of course he did, okay, and there's so many people. The province announced Monday that 6 patients would be transferred to Ontario, who's also going underneath the boot of the 4th wave, which is affecting Canada so badly. Just don't look at any of the numbers. Premier Scott Moe admitted Tuesday that Saskatchewan should have responded faster to the deadly 4th wave of COVID that continues to sweep through the province. Just because you say it doesn't make it true. Should have the province moved a week or possibly 10 days earlier? Scott, middle named Ho, said to host Leisha Grabinski on CBC's Saskatoon Morning. You know, with hindsight, we should have. I think we likely should have. The slight change in tone from Mo. You get it? Who has steadfastly refused to apologize for the decision made by the provincial government in responding to COVID-19. Yeah, he just acted like he wanted to be Ron DeSantis, but then at the end of the day, he just cucked out. Because they all do. This is Canadian politics, okay? There aren't any men left in it, and it's just a whole bunch of fucking betas and deltas there. It's a fucking sad state of affairs, but yeah, everybody's gonna have to get jabbed up. I think we can take a look down here. I did see that. It was like October 1st. Yeah, it came into effect on October 1st, and you announced it on September 16th. Yeah, you really hate to see it. And then what you got here is, Saskatchewan by the numbers. Don't be fooled by this yellow, okay, because that's a 7-day rolling average of new cases. Oh my God, it keeps going up, and then mask mandates. Oh my God, and then it just continues to go up, and then it drops a little bit, but then it goes back up, and then it drops, and then all of a sudden, all of those go down. That's weird. And then you got the red bar, which is active cases per 100,000 people. I think that there's barely 1 million people in Saskatchewan, by the way, so that's going to be a little bit fucked up, okay? Anyways, but then you got like actual hospitalizations, what you are apparently supposed to be concerned about, because this is all about protecting that super frail, I guess it would be Saskatchewan Health Services, whatever the fucking provincial equivalent of AHS that our friends, whatever, poor fucking farmers to the east of Alberta have. Yeah, their total hospitalizations, oh my God, what did it peak at? Somewhere just after, on the 6th, oh my God, 356. I'm sure they have more fucking hospitals than that, but I don't really know. But it looks like those mask mandates really did a fucking number on it. Just took forever for the cases and all that shit to go down. But don't worry though, it's because vaccines work and they're safe and effective. Saskatoon Health Authority says COVID risk level not determined by age or fitness level. What are you determining it by? It's probably gender identity or something retarded. The Saskatchewan Health Authority, that's what they call it. Okay, it's an authority there. Here it's just guidelines, really. Tweeted yesterday that one's risk from COVID-19 is not determined by age, fitness level, or community. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my criticism of Fauci's documentary and the reporting, and the doctoring of the review score got me nailed for medical misinformation. But the Saskatchewan Health Authority can tweet out something patently fucking retarded and it doesn't work in that direction. Okay, cool. So you can try to stoke more fear off the back of the coof, but if you try to dispel any of that fear, they want you taken offline. Okay, I got it. I think I got it now. I should be staying up now for a little bit longer. Don't know though. Maybe because I caught on, maybe they'll just start taking more stuff down. Who knows? Maybe 20 videos isn't enough. Maybe 7 strikes isn't enough. If you guys have seen anybody else who's on this platform who have been struck more than I have, I would love to meet this person because I want to know how little of a fuck they care at this point too. Rather, they say that risk from COVID is determined by vaccine status. The health authority justifies the claim by stating that 78% of all new cases and hospitalizations in the province in the month of September were unvaccinated or partially vaccinated people. Okay, cool. Vaccines, safe and effective. It's still 22% of the people have been fully vaccinated. Okay, and how many of those people were actually partially vaccinated? And isn't that supposed to be like a big help? Yeah, okay, cool. Don't ask any questions, just listen and believe. The claim, however, was debunked and called disingenuous by infectious disease expert Suman Chakrabarti, who pointed out tweets half-truth. To be clear, yes, get vaccinated if you're eligible. But to ignore something like age, which is a biggest risk factor for severe disease, is not being helpful. No shit. No fucking shit. Is it disingenuous? Yeah, to be clear, and then it just goes over his tweet there. But Chakrabarti, a physician at the Trillium Health Partners in Mississauga, said that while positive messaging around the vaccine was helpful, that honesty and transparency were more important. Oh my god, where have you been for the past 20 months, my dude? They don't care about that. Oh yeah, we're going to be moving into this phase right now, very, very shortly, okay, and my friends down to the south as well. It's going to be 5 and 11-year-olds are going to have to get the jab because already you need to be vaccinated to go to public schools in California, which is just another great reason that you should get your kids out of public schools. But this number is just a perfect encapsulation of the Canadian mind, okay? Nearly 1/4 of Canadians say they won't vaccinate their 5 to 11-year-olds. Nearly 1/4 won't. That's why I'm moving out of this country. It is so fucked, okay? These parents, I would do anything for my kids except actually research the severity of the disease on these fucking kids, but whatever. A new study put out by Angus Reid Institute on Monday shows, among other things, that 23% of Canadians will not vaccinate their children under 12 years old. Okay, the exact question in the survey was worded, no, I will not get the vaccine for my child/Rin. Okay. Another half of Canadian parents would immediately vaccinate. Oh my god. Yep. Okay. And these are the kids who probably just go home to a fucking single mother or whoever she's drug home for the evening. Fucking Christ, dude. Country's fucked. Whatever. Saying yes, I will get my children vaccinated as soon as one becomes available to them. Of course, a further 18% replied positively, yes, I will eventually get my child or children vaccinated, but would wait a while first. No, you wouldn't. And the remaining 9% responded, not sure. Okay, so at best, at least according to this survey, 32% of people wouldn't get their 5 to 11-year-old vaccinated. Why? Why would you do... Why? Just look at the fucking number. Just run the numbers, just run the severity of symptoms for yourself before you start sticking shit in your kids' bodies, okay? Isn't that why there's so many fucking protests going on at school boards, and especially in Loudoun County, Virginia, okay, of things getting stuck in children? Isn't that why they're fucking protesting so hard? But no, Canadians are just gonna bend over and fucking take it because, oh my god, my child. But you know what? All of these vaccine mandates, they're kind of on shaky legal ground, even though that they continue to get fucking pushed and apparently justified, but they have no legal backing. 1996 report, I was only 6 years old, says Canada's health department found immunization was not mandatory. But for what though? The Department of Health, Wednesday, would not comment on its legal opinion that compulsory vaccination is unconstitutional. Yeah, why would they go ahead and say that? According to the findings of a 1996 report, immunization is not mandatory in Canada, said the department's Canadian National Report on Immunization. Okay, it cannot be made mandatory because of the Canadian Constitution. Oh, don't worry, I think that's getting used as a nice cleanup rag on the back of Mrs. Trudeau, okay? A young swarthy Cuban man is over for the weekend. The report noted even school immunization programs could not compel parents to vaccinate their children. Yup, I went to school with a few Jehovah's Witnesses kids, and they successfully opted out of getting vaccines, and it was also completely and utterly optional to get all of the vaccines that were there. It was just the convenience thing. Hey, if you want to get it, we're running them. Okay, it was between grade 4 and grade 6. I remember it because I remember what school I was going to at the time. And what did we get? Measles and like actually deadly shit. We got vaccinations for. But all of it was contingent on a parent's signature. So why the difference now? Oh, because it's just so terrifying, right? Yeah, obviously. The department would not say if its legal counsel now has different advice justifying mandatory COVID immunization for select federal employees on air and rail passengers. Oh yeah, because if you're unwashed, you basically can go outside and just yell at God or your prescribed picture of Justin Trudeau that you must place in your front yard. It's not that bad yet. That's about all you can do, okay? Fun place to live. Can't wait to just load up my stuff in my vehicle and then just drive across the border and go somewhere. I don't even fucking care at this point. But this is what they were using for justification, okay? Unlike some countries, immunization is not mandatory in Canada. It cannot be made mandatory because of the Canadian Constitution. Only 3 provinces have legislation on regulations under their Health Protection Act to require proof of immunization for school entrance. Ontario and New Brunswick will require proof for diphtheria, tetanus, polio, measles, mumps, and rubella immunization. In Manitoba, only measles vaccination is covered. It must be emphasized that in these 3 provinces, exceptions are permitted for medical or, I'd imagine, religious reasons. Yeah, take a look at that list of diseases, okay? I wouldn't say that compulsory immunization for any of those should be the way to go about things, but you take a look at those viruses and you take a look at those diseases. They're pretty serious shit, okay? This flu, another flu in the future, I don't know. Actually, I do know. Just can't say. Ugh. Kind of hate being back on YouTube. But it's starting over here. Starting slowly, okay? So we got the legal precedent. So let's see if the Justice Centre suing the Ontario government over vaccine passports is going to be successful. Because we've had legal challenges, especially when it comes to, men of the cloth getting thrown in jail, okay, for just having service at their fucking church. Those challenges haven't gone anywhere because it's like, God. We're multicultural. Diversity is our God. The Justice Centre for Constitutional Freedoms filed a constitutional challenge against the Ontario government over the implementation of vaccine passports, which were mandated in the province's Superior Court of Justice. The JCCF said in a statement released on Monday that the challenge is brought on behalf of 8 Ontarians who are exercising their charter rights and freedoms by not taking 1 or more doses of the COVID vaccine. Exactly. And we got proof as to why they would have a reasonable challenge to this. Among those refusing doses of the vaccine are Sarah Lamb of Kitchener, who says she has had a severe reaction from taking the first dose and has since decided to not get the second dose. Lamb says she is unable to obtain a medical exemption. Yeah, because there's some doctors getting pinched for handing out medical exemptions too. You can go ahead and find those stories as well if you are so inclined. But I've seen them, didn't look at them, didn't pull them up in this instance, but going to become a hot black market topic. Just like, okay, yeah, this is Canadian news as well. Evander Kane, if you guys are NHL fans, hockey fans, he's kind of a dick. He's kind of a cancer on any team that he's ever been a part of. Just ask Winnipeg Jets fans, Buffalo Sabres fans, but now he's on the Sharks, okay? And yeah, he just got pinched for 21 games, okay? Why would he do that? Well, he violated the COVID policies for the NHL. And how did he do that? By turning over a COVID passport, okay? And he plays in San Jose, okay, one of the places where you need a vaccine passport. So he's been pinched for 21 fucking games for providing false documentation. I'd hate it under any other circumstance, but it's for this, and his apology was just absolutely atrocious. But the fact of the matter that we're here, I can't say he's wrong for doing it, okay? If you don't want to do it, but then at the same, it's like NHL players do get paid a pretty decent salary, but when you're as big of a pain in the ass as Evander Kane is, okay, your earning potential is very low. So you're going to find ways to skirt the rules, and especially in this circumstance, I'm with him on this, okay? That's kind of like my siding with Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets, skirting his vaccine mandate in the NBA, just sitting out the season. They're similarly shit people, but I got to back him. I got to back him on this kind of stuff because I don't want to see this happen any fucking longer. And I hope the Justice Center is victorious in Ontario so I can start a cascading effect, because otherwise I don't know how far this rabbit hole goes in Canada. I can extrapolate it, and it's not a fun thought process to go down, and it's not an exciting future. That's why plan accordingly if you're Canadian and get the fuck out of here. And with that said, guys, I'm back. Should be back tomorrow as well, but who knows? If there isn't 3 videos up by the end of the day, you're gonna know what happened. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.